Okay, so I'm gonna try to record this before the flies start getting too annoying. I'm out here in my backyard. It's a beautiful day out. It's about 5, 6 o'clock p.m. It rained earlier, pretty gloomy. The sun came out for a bit. Now it's gloomy again, but it's still nice out. So we're gonna be smoking a cigar. I haven't smoked one, I think about a week and a half or so. So got another what was it? Charles the Great. I always forget the name of this. But Charles the Great cigar. I got two in here in the event that I want to have a second one. I'm using my little Insta360 camera, so just a reminder, at the 30-minute mark or 29-minute mark, it will automatically shut off and start a new video probably, if I make it that far. So we'll have to see. That's a good burn. Nice toast. Perfect. Not too much, not too little. Just right. Yep. Okay. So this is Cigars and Solitude number two. It's a Monday, the 13th of May, the day after Mother's Day. I hope for all those who were able to call the mothers in their lives, you did yesterday. If you celebrate it in America, at least. I know Mexican Mother's Day was Saturday, so hopefully everybody did that too. Who celebrates that? I got a goat. Need another one because she's struggling. I would show her, but I'll make a whole video on her or whatever eventually, I'm sure. It rained earlier, like I mentioned, and I had the bright idea to drive my truck on my back roads on my property to see how good I could do to deal with any mud and whatnot. I didn't make about 10 feet from my driveway. The moment I got into the mud, stuck. I was stuck. I was out here in my old Gore-Tex that I got from the Navy, and some short shorts. Because I was just chilling aside. I was like, let's just go, fuck around in the mud a little bit. Immediately got stuck. And then I dug it even deeper. My front left tire, the driver's side front tire, got stuck in the mud and was spinning. So basically I was on like an angle. Picture this as my truck. It was like an angle like this. So my back passenger tire was no longer touching the ground. So I wasn't getting any traction, obviously. So I put it in 4-wheel drive, and that just made it even worse. It just kept spinning and spinning. Luckily, I had some neighbors come by and offer to help, and one of my neighbors did actually help. But man, I was out here for like 3 hours struggling with that, which is fine. I was not, you know, a thing about me is minor. I'm the kind of guy who gets upset about minor inconveniences. Tiny little things piss me off. Tiny things piss me off. Easily to get set off by small little things, annoying little things. A fly in my ear, a gnat by my head, you know, somebody staring at me too long, a noise from somebody that isn't really a big deal, but it just the fucking small things kill me. But you know what? Big things, I don't sweat them usually. It's weird. I'm very backwards when it comes to that. I've had tires blown. I've never been in an actual car accident yet, but you know, it could happen. But things like that, cars break down. I don't know, things get stolen, but things like that, I've never like freaked out about really. Missing flights getting canceled, things that kind of can be pretty big deals for people. Those things don't really bother me that much. It's so strange. But the moment somebody stares at me for too fucking long, or they make a noise I don't like, or anything, I just get bothered by it. My dog stares at me. I don't like it. It bothers me. Right? Fucking, I don't know. It's just small things. I was doing some stuff for work the other day, and I had to share my screen with my colleague, and the screen wouldn't share for like a few seconds. I started getting frustrated with that. But I've been fired from a job before, and it was just like, all right, well, it is what it is, you know? It's strange. Very strange. I don't know why I'm this way. Maybe I get it from my family, or maybe my environment, like school or friends I used to have. I don't know. Honestly, though, I don't know if I'd change it because minor. I don't know. It seems like life just throws you whatever it has to throw you. It can be minor or major. Y'all want to know what's crazy? You can hear like the flies in the air, probably like that away. I can hear like there's like a swarm of them just in there flying around. But there's so many. They're so far away, but there's so many that I can hear them from here. There's a few around me, but it's not. It's just like this constant buzzing over that direction. I originally was thinking about having this one be kind of this episode being like a themed thing, like have a predetermined um, topic, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I've always enjoyed when it comes to videos and stuff. There's natural, just no script. I've tried writing a script before, and it's draining. It drains my energy making scripts. So to have something in the same kind of context, to have something predetermined to talk about isn't really my thing. I've always been kind of like a off the cuff, I think is the correct term. Like just fucking send it. Just go. Planning is important. I love planning, but when it comes to talking, I just speak what's on my mind usually. I think that's what keeps it genuine sometimes. I could be wrong with that. The topic I was planning on talking about was going to be like advice to young men. So the reason I was going to choose this topic was because I had some folks help me move. My buddy helped me move, and he brought some guys with him. And one of them, two of them were younger than me. One was real young. He was 18 years old. 18 years old, very young, right? Just became an adult. Um, the other one was 23. So very young guys, right? And they're also in the military. So they help me move and whatnot. And I like influencing people in a positive manner, especially young men. If you fit my demographic in some kind of capacity, whether it's you're a veteran, whether it's you're a black man or a man in general, young man, I like to help people in that and just kind of mentor them because there's a lot of fucking bad ways you can go. Anyway, I started talking to these guys and I'm just kind of giving advice, and I figure why not use some of that here. So I guess the whole video ain't gonna be about it, but part of it is it's advice to younger men, whether it's they're my age, hell, it could be any man, I guess, but for younger men between that 18 to 26 time age range. Excuse me. So I guess it's like where do you start? I think it's important to kind of maybe start with like, you know, your relationships, and that can be kind of broken into phases or sections. Your relationships, your relationship with your family, relationship with friends, romantic relationships, maybe a relationship with like a spiritual um, following or whatever entity, whatever you believe in. And then I think the most important one could be like your relationship with yourself. Um, I feel like a lot of young men focus on their relationship with their friends and their romantic relationships and maybe their family, but they leave out the relationship with themselves. I left out my relationship with myself. I didn't worry about my mental health and my well-being. Physically I was in great shape when I was younger. Now I'm a little older. I'm still young, but like I can't do some of the things I was doing just a few years ago because of all the shit I did. Right. So, um, but your relationship, I feel like your relationship with yourself is fucking important. Probably the most important one because you only get other people come and go throughout your life, but there's only one of you, uh, and you have to take care of yourself. You are the only one of you. Nobody gives a fuck about you more than you do. You don't fuck what anybody says, what your mama say, what your daddy say, your sister, brother, your pawpaw, your mama. It don't matter. Nobody gives a fuck about you more than you. And you should give a fuck about yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. Go to therapy. I used to think therapy was for fucking pussies. I used to think that crying was for weak men or, women or anything like that. I used to think that. That's how I thought. It was a terrible way to think. Stupid. Very immature of me, right? Obviously, I still needed to mature. Whatever in the brain, the frontal lobe, whatever, wasn't fully developed, so I was still very immature. But when it finally hits, and then you start doing things for yourself like that, taking breaks, taking some alone time away from your other relationships, that shit, man, it helps. It's good for you. Do it. Worry about yourself first, always. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Take care of yourself first. Always. Always. People might say like, well, what if somebody's dying and I'm okay, or I'm dying too, I want to help the other person. That's cool. Well, it could be two people dead or it could be just one. Maybe you don't say the other person. You might be able to say yourself. Take care of yourself first. Always. Number one priority. Numero uno should be yourself. Then you should worry about your relationships with your family and your romantic relationships and friends and stuff like that. That there's no order in that I would put those things in. But young men, like I said, I feel like young men prioritize romantic relationships and friends and then family. Don't do that. Put yourself first and then determine, maybe honestly worry about your relationship with some type of spirituality or religion. If you don't believe in that, that's fine. X that one off the list. But having something you believe in, even if it's not religious, is important. Whether that's helping people, whether that's teaching people or learning or continuing to be a lifelong learner yourself, that's just important, man. And that continues to help you. Um, Young guys need to stop worrying about fucking what they see on the internet. It's fucking trash. It's useless. And by that I mean mostly social media, all that fake shit, all the what's this person got going on, what's this person got going on. It starts to, for me, it started to make me feel like I was doing things at a slow rate. A lot of people, here I am, let's say I'm 22 years old. I've been in the Navy at the time for 3 years or so. I'm in California. I had my first apartment at this point, I believe. Maybe not. I might have been living with some roommates. I can't remember. But either way, I don't got much going for me. It's just me. I think I had a girlfriend at the time, and our off and on relationship. And I'm looking on the internet and I'm seeing what everybody else got going on. It's making me feel like shit. I didn't regret my decisions up to that point, but it's making me like, damn, man, life. I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing things slowly. No, see, that's why you don't pay attention to that kind of shit. You're doing things right on time. You are right on time. Even if it feels like it's slow or if it's going fucking fast, you are right on time. Don't concern yourself with things that you see on social media and stuff. Honestly, get off of it. Really, I started feeling much better when I started getting off of. I was terminally on Twitter and Facebook. I got off that shit. I still have them, barely use them. Um, you start feeling better, man. Get out, do something. If you like to be inside, start reading. There's plenty of good books. I never read as a kid and a teenager. I fucking hated reading. I was like, man, this is for nerds, man. I'm not reading, you know? Fuck that. I found a few books throughout the years that I liked, like mafia type books and stuff. Those were pretty cool. But I never liked reading. But then I got a little older. I started reading. Like, I found what I like. I like um, philosophy and just books about the way we think, why we think, etc. That kind of shit. I like it. So it may just be it may just take you to find the thing you like to read or the thing you like to do in general. If you, I think, I, having fun is, I guess, fun is could be a subjective, objective, whatever the term is. It's like what somebody might feel is fun. For example, my sister used to love reading, still does, I think. She thought that was fun. I fucking thought that was boring, right? So find the type of fun you enjoy, and if it is like a progressive, good type of fun, again, that could be subject. You know what I'm trying to say. That could be up for debate too, whether it's good or bad. But find that thing and do it. If you do like going to parties and clubs and shit, I guess do it, but be smart about it, you know. But also try other things that could be like better for you. Maybe you like baking. Maybe you like uh, making music. Maybe you like going to the gym, working out, bodybuilding, or running, or hiking, or rock climbing, whatever. It could be all kind of different shit. Find those things you like. You're living your life right on time. Worry about yourself first. Don't worry about other people until you got your own shit in order. You might not have your shit in order for a while. I didn't get my shit in order. I'm still figuring out my shit. I'm in a much better place than where I was, but you know, I'm still figuring out. Everybody's figuring out. That's life. You know what I mean? I guess next would be kind of like, so we talked kind of a little bit about like your relationship with yourself and stuff, and what to prioritize and not prioritize. I guess the next thing would be like, okay, you're in a good headspace, mentally you're in a good place. You look for a little relationship with whomever, a little woman, another man, whatever the fuck. I don't care. Um, do not put that person on a fucking pedestal. They do not belong on a fucking pedestal. You need to act as if, I recommend you act as if you are the prize. That does not mean be an asshole. Oh, I'm better than everybody. No, you're not. You're another human fucking being. You live and you're gonna die one day. You know what I mean? It'd be different if you was immortal and maybe you could say you better. You're gonna die one day. All right. Um, don't put that person on the pedestal. Keep them grounded, and hopefully they keep you grounded. Reciprocation is important, but I'm just like, man, and I'm not in a relationship right now, so I can't. I'm not saying I have it all figured out with that either, but you live and you learn. And I learned a lot of people my perspective as a man dating women. A lot of these women out here, they ain't shit, and I'm sure women would say the same thing about men. So why put somebody on a pedestal when they don't deserve it? You don't. Take your time, have a little fun, play it safe, communicate with people, learn what you like and dislike. Like, learn what you like and dislike about the type of people you date, and then you'll shift around a little bit with the kind of people you fuck around with. It's tough day in the dating game right now, but hopefully you find somebody, and when you do, don't put them on a pedestal. Treat them right, be nice, and they should be doing the same to you. Reciprocate that energy. Don't chase people neither. No, 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 no. You got to think about it like this, and I started thinking about it like this a little late, but I finally got there. Think about it as if you are the prize. I am the prize. Again, I'm not better than anybody, but I'm not going to be out here chasing no woman all around, you know, begging for her phone number and all that shit. No, that makes you look like a weak son bitch. Don't do that. Be a man. Be a man. Don't do that shit. Be respectable. Be approachable. Be strong, yet be sensitive. It's not, people got it all misconstrued. This is this idea of what a man should be in different people's minds. First of all, this is another thing. Women don't know what a man should be because they are women. Their perspective is from the outside looking in. The only person who knows what a man should be is a man, and there's different kind of men. Whether you're gonna be a good one or a bad one, that's not how it goes. It's gonna be whether you're gonna be um, a strong one or a weak one, a sensitive one or a not so sensitive one, or someone who's approachable or not approachable. You know, there's different areas in which it takes to be a man. You know, now some people are molded when they're younger, and it can affect you negatively in your adult years on your thoughts on things and whatnot. I won't pretend like it don't. But if you really trying to improve on yourself, think about the kind of person you want to be, type of man you want to be. If you're a woman, the type of woman you want to be, or whatever the fuck else you want to, anything like that. Um, that shit's important, man, for real. What kind of lover do you want to be? You meet somebody, have a romantic relationship. What kind of person do you expect? Oh, you say you expect a woman who cooks and cleans for you? All right, well, you should be prepared to do the same fucking thing. Because you are not better than anybody else. This shit should be reciprocatory. Reciprocatory? I think that's a word. We're going to run with it. This shit should be mutual. People don't believe in that kind of stuff. People say it should be 50-50, which it's not. It should be 100-100. But people say we should work together, but they don't really mean work together. They mean they have these ideas in their mind. Women have ideas in their mind of what a man should be. Men have these ideas in their mind what a woman should be. It's not like that. It should be what you want in a relationship or a partner. What you want rather than what you think you know how they should be. Because otherwise, that'll cause a whole lot of fucking drama. I used to think the same fucking way. Man, a woman should cook and clean and all this shit. And then the woman that I was dating would be like, well, a man's supposed to be the protector and provide and put food on the table. It's like, man, what the fuck? Who are you to tell me this? And then that got me thinking of, well, who am I to tell her that? You know what I mean? Just have your shit in order first. That's why I'm saying it's important to have your shit in order first before you get with somebody. Romantic relationships. Have yourself in order before trying to get with somebody else, and hopefully that person has their shit in order too. Cloud coverage is about to end soon. Anyway, so that's your relationship about you being a relationship with a romantic relationship. This next one's an interesting one. Relationships with your family. This one's kind of difficult for me because I have a relationship with my family. I won't say I don't. It's just I've always been the lone wolf. I've always kind of liked being on my own. Family gatherings came around, I find a little room somewhere and just be on my own as a kid, and that continued with me to my adulthood. Um, so this one I won't really speak on. I guess if it's just if you have a negative relationship with your family or anybody, distance yourself. That don't necessarily mean go to a whole nother country. Yeah, it did. Camera stopped recording for a quick second. I don't know why I need to stop using this fucking thing. But distance yourself from people who are being negative and affecting you in a negative way. But if you have a good relationship with your family, maintain that. You only get one for the most part. Maintain that. That's all I really got to say on that portion. Next, relationship with some like spiritual, being or God or whatever you believe in religiously or something. And it doesn't have to be that. It just has to be something things that you firmly believe in that you can practice. For example, if it's helping people, you like helping people. Well, if you say you like helping people, fucking help people and stick to it. You like, go down to the homeless shelter, feed folk, go do donation or food drives and shit like that to help the community, that type of thing. It's important for a man to have something he believes in aside from himself, his romantic relationships, his family or his friends. I forgot about the friends aspect. That kind of ties in with family, for me at least. Um, but having something you believe in. So for me, I believe in continuing to try to teach people. I like teaching people stuff, even if it's something slight and small. If I'm dating somebody and they want to learn how to do something, or they never knew about something, well, I like to talk about it. So that's something for me. Also, uh, spiritually, I believe in Mother Earth and nature and all that good shit. You know what I mean? I believe in um, what it means to be a man, sticking to your guns, and not taking no shit from nobody, but also being respectable and respectful. I believe in that kind of stuff. So regardless of what it is, as long as it's a positive and it doesn't hurt somebody, then stick to it. And you don't got to preach about it, but be about it. You know what I mean? That it like that's what it is. I think those are the relationships. Some, I guess that one can kind of tie into relationship with yourself, but if it's a relationship with God and you're in the church, or relationship with Allah, or you're in the mosque, or whatever it may be for you, stick to it. As long as it doesn't hurt people, that's the key thing. We all trying to figure it out. Just because somebody don't agree with you, well, they trying to figure out their life too, and from their side of things are different. So y'all bumping heads. Why you gotta hurt somebody for it? Don't make no sense. So anyway, that's my little preaching about your relationships with things for young men or anybody else who cares to listen. I guess be prepared to work, you know, and be prepared to figure out. Be prepared for things to not work out. You think maybe, let's say you're some 18-year-old watching and you like, I'm gonna go to college, get a degree in engineering, get out of there, get a job offer making six figures first year, good to go. Well, that's great. Hopefully that happens for you. Hopefully it work out. But be prepared if it don't. It might not. Let's be real. It probably won't. It probably won't. Have fallback plans or backup plans. Weigh your options. Don't be afraid to try things and fail. Do not be afraid of failure. I think to be a real man in the context of failure is to be understanding that it happens. You will fail in life. It seems like in American culture, it is this thing of like, failure is not an option. As the man of the household, as a man, failure is not an option. I cannot fail, otherwise my family fails and falls apart. Well, why the fuck is it all on you? Why does it have to all be on you? Because you will fail. So if and when you do fail, who's to blame? You are. Why? Because that's what people say. You're going to fail. Don't let everything fall on you like that. You're gonna fail. It's gonna happen. So have plans. Be prepared for failure. And failure can be a scary thing, and it sucks, and it makes you feel bad. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted. Maybe you got fired from a job that you had. Maybe relationships failed. Maybe you know, you just feel like a failure, and generally depressed and shit like that. It's going to happen. the key thing is you you get back up from it. You don't let that failure define you. Because if it does, then I mean you fail at life, and that's the ultimate one you don't want to let happen. Don't fail at life. Just because you fail at something through life or in life, don't fail at life. You feel me? Get back up. Try again. Try something new. Try something different. Don't be afraid to fail. I failed so many times. I've fallen into depressions, contemplated suicide, or rather, not contemplated suicide, but I've had thoughts of uh, if things would be better if I was dead. So I don't think that's suicide, but thoughts of things would be better if I was dead. You know, I've failed relationships. Um, I've gotten fired from jobs. I've got evicted from apartments because I couldn't pay the rent and all that shit. Truck towed several times. All these things. These are failures, man. But like now, I'm not saying I'm a success, but I don't think I'm failing right now. I'm definitely not failing at life, but at this very moment, I'm not failing right now. I don't feel like it. It could take time, and I bounce back every time there was a failure. I bounce back. That's another thing that makes a man resiliency to get up when you get knocked down, and life is gonna knock your motherfucking ass down. I think that's a good spot right now. I think that's good. That's some good tips right there. That's pretty good. Hmm. These flies are going crazy. Anyway, I hope I hope those words can be listened to and heard and heeded because I feel like that's pretty good advice. Pretty good. Having a mentor is important. And that mentor, it don't got to be no official thing. You know, it doesn't have to be, hey, will you be my mentor? Sign on this piece of paper saying you are officially my mentor. That's cool and gravy. But having someone that you look up to, even as I do right now, at 29 years old, I look up to my pops. You know what I mean? And I'm fortunate enough to have him on my life. Not everybody's fortunate to have that. And that's fine. Maybe it's somebody you work with. Maybe it's a friend who's only a couple years older than you or the same age. Don't matter. It's supposed to be somebody who can guide you, and men need that. Don't be afraid to say that you have a mentor. Who fucking cares? That's a good thing. You have somebody who is training you or teaching you in some kind of capacity to become better at whatever it may be. That's another thing it takes to be a man. You are trying to uh, progress, continue to improve. That's a real man right there. Don't get it. What do people say? Don't get it twisted, thinking that a man's just supposed to have fucking money to flash and a nice fucking car, a Track Hawk or a fucking Dodge Charger or Hellcat or whatever the fuck or anything big ass truck. Like those things are cool, but those are all um, just what they call it, materialistic things. That don't make you a fucking man. The size of your fucking dick don't make you a fucking man either. Goddamn it! Like stop worrying about that fucking shit. It's up here, all up here, and I guess a little bit of down there, biologically, anatomically. But don't. It's not. It ain't about the size of it. You know what I mean? It's all mostly in the mind. Mostly in the mind. Always think progression, never regression. If you feel like you're progressing, then you're progressing. You're moving forward. You know what another thing men should do? Don't get into nicotine, but if you do cigars. Take some time for yourself. It doesn't have to be in isolation like I do. Yeah, I like going to cigar lounges and talking to other guys in there. Sometimes there's gals in there too, talking to people. It don't matter who it is really, as long as they're cool to be around. Talk to them, enjoy a nice cigar, and relax. Take it slow sometimes. There's so much pressure. The pressures of the world are on you at seemingly at all times. Take some time for yourself to relieve some of that stress. Get massages, go to a chiropractor, do yoga, read, breathing exercises. That kind of shit is important, man. That kind of shit's pretty fucking important. And smoke cigars. Definitely smoke cigars. And also think about your dreams. What are your dreams? What are your goals in life? Is it as cut and dry as get married, have a family, have a house out in the country? Okay. Well, if it's that cut and dry, that's great. Boom, we have the end point. How the fuck are you gonna get there? Plan out your dreams. Oh, I want to make more money. Okay. I want to move to a big city and meet a girl. Okay. How you gonna make that shit happen? Well, I gotta go to school, or I gotta get into a trade, or join the military, get some more money, or whatever it may be. Okay. Now we talking. Rather than taking that bit, think about the longevity. Think longevity, but prepare for shit in small increments. We got something, an idea, 30 years, let's say you're 20 years old now, you got something at 30, you want to be married. Okay, that's 10 years. How we going to get there? Well, this year I'm going to do college. That takes about 3.5, 4 years. Boom. All right, I'll be 24 at this point. At this point, I, maybe find me a job. May take about a year to find a good job, depending on the market. Boom. Okay, I'm 25 now. Go meet me a girl, whatever. Think about longevity, but to prepare for that longevity, think in those little increments. Don't have to be years, could be months, could be days, could be hours, depending on what it is. I thought longevity about 5, 6 years ago. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Then I figured out what I wanted to do and what I wanted out of life. And ever since then, I've worked towards it. I've had major setbacks. So many I can't even count. But I made it happen. Part of it, at least. So you can too. Don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. When life knocks you down, get back up. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this Cigars and Solitude. I'm going to wrap this one up here and go play with my goat. She a little hungry. If you enjoy this kind of stuff or if you have thoughts on it, leave a little comment. I don't give a fuck about likes and shares or anything like that or subscriptions, but I do like comments. So please feel free.